So this is really my first time doing this again after many years. I think the last time I did a live react was during COVID or something, or maybe even before that. But just trying to get back into the swing of things with having two Nintendo Directs, not two, back to back. One being a brand new console generation. I feel like it's enough of a reason to come back and capture the moment when we all realize how much the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be, the games that are there. But today was kind of the curveball because we got so much of the um, unknown of what could Nintendo possibly still be holding back for the Switch in the next couple of months, we could assume, until the Nintendo Switch 2 arrives. My hint is that, or my guess is that we're going to get a lot of games that are going to be cross generational, and the kind of all those swirling rumors of discussing the software and upgrades and the other aspects of like upresing and AI upscaling and all that stuff that has been heavily rumored for um, for Switch 2 is we may see some of that, some of the games that we see today again later, um, that that are going to give us sort of an opportunity to see what the first things that we may be able to play on Switch 2 today, but we won't know that until they actually tell us what the Switch 2 is next next week. So it's gonna be pretty exciting. But if you're in chat, feel free to throw up your thoughts and hopes and dreams. I'll be the one to put on the clown nose and wig and say, I do think that we will see Silk Song today or Tuesday. It's if you recall, Silk Song was a huge game for Nintendo Switch when it was sort of, I would say, it reached that critical mass point in that first year of the Nintendo Switch at the E3 2017. I think it was E3 2017. Nintendo Direct, where Hollow Knight basically kind of, even though it had been out on PC the year prior, coming out on Switch really made it. It really hit that critical mass point. So I'm extremely excited to see exactly what's going to happen with that game. There's been so much like insider baseball going on with the that game specifically the past couple of weeks, with rating boards getting refreshed and Steam backend stuff getting getting sort of renewed. So I feel like now more than ever we are primed for a re-reveal and potential release. It just feels like we are about to reach critical mass here. I should have some people joining the chat shortly, but to wait and see. I'm also trying out a unique setup, so hopefully this just works. Of course, that is weird. It's a weird aspect ratio, but we'll work with it. Trying to get nice and big. Without any of those black borders. How does that look? It should be okay. Yeah, 8 minutes to go.
Hey, Chris.
Good morning.
All right, 6 more minutes until the direct. Let's see what happens.
Yes, sir. Are you on your phone?
I am, yeah. I
Okay.
kind of have a bit of a weird setup because I'm on my work computer and I have everything except from my personal one. So I'm basically talking to you on my phone while I do other tasks.
Okay,
So,
you're good. I just need
yeah.
to tweak your volume for the stream. You're so hot, microphone input
uh,
wise.
Okay.
What do you want to see? What's the one thing that would send you over the edge? Because we know that Switch 2 is next week, and we would hope that
Mhm.
even more Megaton surprises are waiting.
There's there's been a lot of like teasing going online and stuff. Like the recent one I saw from Sakurai when he was teasing about this direct. I'm like, bro, you love to troll. We know this. So, and there have been rumors about his return, about he's going to come out of retirement, how he's got a new IP. Rumors that's been going on for months now. And when you do stuff like that, Sakurai, people will notice. So I am curious to see if he'll actually have some kind of reveal on his and hey, we're doing a brand new fill in the blank, or hey, I have a new IP, or hey, I want to do this because Sakurai, I feel like that dude is one of the OGs for Nintendo, and yeah, he still has like a ton of fresh ideas still, which I love to see. So I am curious to see if he'll bring something new, honestly. So
Hmm.
that's one thing that comes out to mind. Um, I do know from other insider stuff where it's like say I forgot who the editor was, but he's like, oh yeah, I got insight from a partner that they'll be showcased during the direct, and they believe that whatever they're going to showcase for the system will create a ton of conversation in the community. Part of me thinks, okay, who does Nintendo do with partnerships all the time? Part of me thinks it's going to be Microsoft, where hey, will we finally get a Banjo Kazooie on a Nintendo platform again after so many years, which I know people have been dying for years and years and years. Because yeah, again, it's kind of up in the air because you're at this something we mentioned last night. We're in this weird limbo where Switch is still popular, but it is 10 years old and kind of at end of life, but not really. But if your new console is going to be basically, hey, it'll support old games and new games, what can you do that can still ensure sales for the Switch while locking in sales for the
Yeah.
Switch too? Like, what's going to warrant both and benefit you both? So, a lot of hype going on. How many people are actually watching right now? Directly from the Nintendo YouTube page, it's a quarter of a million. And I can guarantee once it goes live fully, they'll probably jump straight to a million. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll see.
This transition period for Nintendo has um, been, I'm sure, a sticking point because not only have they the narrative for the Switch 2 has kind of been stolen from them by leakers, which is
Hmm.
very uncharacteristic for Nintendo, I think, in general. But uh, the transition from console to console, they didn't have this problem with the Wii U because the Wii U sold pennies
Yeah.
uh, as compared to the Switch. So I think they're trying to figure out like they don't want to just outright leave the current Switch owners in the dust, the average everyday Switch owner, um,
Hmm.
um,
Like
which
you have
makes
a very good
sense.
model right
Yeah,
there too, and especially with how affordable it is, compared to the rest of the market. Like I know when the Switch Lite came out, that was a massive, massive like win for Nintendo. I knew several people that weren't really interested in a brand new console, but hey, a brand new handheld where it's just the Switch but in the handle form, and it's cheaper and it's lighter and everything else. I'm like that in itself was a massive win, and that still sells incredibly well. So
here's a
you,
here's a
yeah.
question: Do
Mm-hmm.
we see a price cut today?
Hmm. I feel like we would only get a price cut when the Switch 2 is out. If we get one today, I don't think so because I know they mentioned that they're going to be focusing on software, not so much on hardware and stuff.
Yeah.
And
They could
also,
just have a they just could have a burner play at the end of though, where it's just like now $249 for the OLED or what OLED's $349 I think. So it's like now $299.
mhm,
Basically just to give themselves enough of a push for the Switches that are just sitting out there on Target shelves
mhm.
to sell a little bit because it's maybe there's people out there that are like, oh, Switch Lite 129 or something like that. Like that would be a
Ra-
steal.
rather than a price cut, what about a bundle though? 'Cause I know like one thing that always stalls a Nintendo console, and they've done this for a long time for the Switch was, hey, we have bundles for Switch games. Do you want your Switch to come with Mario Kart, or your Switch to come with Odyssey, or your Switch to come with Zelda or Smash and stuff? Any kind of new bundle that can sell. Oh, we mentioned this before. How can you sell a console? You need to
Oh,
have a
here we
good
go.
game to sell it with. Oh, wait, M. Oh, never mind. Just my volume.
What are we starting off with? Oh,
Dragon Quest, okay. We have 1, 2, and 3.
still really want to play the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, this is 1, 2. I can tell from the sprite designs. I love this art direction. I really do. Of like hybrid pixel and art and 3D art to have this like really gorgeous,
too.
like HD look.
There we go.
If we get more Dragon Quest and like HD remakes in the future, I would love 1 of 5. 5 has such a great story.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. Today, we'll be providing information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games. We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, so please tune in for that as well. What you just saw was Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake from Square Enix.
That's a mouthful.
I mean, that's just par for the course for Square Enix, though. They love their long titles.
Yeah, like what was the one Kingdom Hearts game for the DS? Like Kingdom Hearts 357 over something
358
weird.
over 2 days or whatever.
It's such a weird name convention.
Escape from dire straits.
2 minutes until oxygen 0.
Help me!
Is this a Zero escape game?
Yep. Oh, it's yeah. I think it's from.
The latest entry in the The Somnium Files series is stirring. You are Kaname Date, a special agent with a sophisticated AI called Aiba embedded in his left eye. Your mission is to track
I heard
down
the stories in
Iris,
this
an
was
internet
pretty
idol who's
good, but I've
been
not
trapped
played
in a
anything
mysterious
after
escape game.
their third Zero.
Interviews to
I know.
investigate Iris's
I know
whereabouts.
Richard loved the
Dive into
AI
the
Somnium
subject's
Files,
dreams
the
to
original
reveal
one.
clues hidden
Okay.
deep within their psyche
I played
and solve mind-bending puzzles in
Zero
an
Escape
explorable
Dilemma
environment.
and 999.
Everything you learn
I like
will
them.
bring you one step closer to
Yeah,
the
1, 2
truth.
are great. 3 I have issues with. But then again, from what I've heard, that game had some development issues to begin with.
no sleep for Kaname
The 2's a
Date from
fantastic
The
sequel.
Somnium Files.
Yeah.
Launches on the Nintendo Switch system July 25th. Unleash the supernatural.
Well, this looks like an SMT game.
That might be, yeah.
Oh,
definitely
shoot.
Survivor.
A classic Atlas action RPG returns with remastered HD graphics.
What? I never even heard of this
and
game.
gameplay. Set in the capital city in the year Taisho 20, Raido Kuzunoha makes his living as an apprentice detective. But unbeknownst
Those
to
character
others,
designs are
he
so
also
distinct.
fights alongside demons as a devil summoner.
Like very
To protect
classic,
the
you
capital,
know,
Raido
SMT.
must investigate
Whoa.
a series of supernatural cases. Fight in real-time battles alongside demons you summon. Work with your demons to strike an enemy's weak point, then follow up with a powerful attack.
They took notes from
Cooperation is the key to
Metaphor,
victory.
you know, kind of like
Even turn
combining
opposing
turn-based with
demons into allies.
real time.
Demons can also be useful outside
Kind
of battle,
of reminds me more of a
and their powers
the
are helpful
Persona,
in finding
um,
solutions during
Persona
investigation.
5 Strikers.
Guide Raido through a series of
Still need to
strange
play that at some
incidents
point.
assume you're the bird who gave us a call?
The best Muso game
as
for
he
sure.
uncovers a conspiracy
No
that will
question.
shake the capital to its core. Raido Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army launches on Nintendo Switch
Oh.
June 19th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Wonder if that's gonna be multiplat.
We'll see.
Consume
Oh,
darkness.
this game I'm really excited for.
With your memories gone, you have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world, where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as Puck.
Oh, the weird
But who is
pack-in.
this
Yeah.
mythical stranger?
Yeah,
Dark
companion.
Metroidvania.
In a mysterious,
yeah.
maze-like world.
Just this game's like
Your battle
a
for survival
Metroidvania, but it's also a
begins.
love letter to like old school like Bandai Namco
Guide you
IPs.
on your
It's so
journey,
weird.
You'll delve deeper into the expansive world. By examining your surroundings, you can phase shift and combine with Puck to explore areas you couldn't
Oh,
reach
sick.
before.
Okay, yeah.
It's more or less your
Tread lightly.
more
The
Paul,
creatures
but
inhabiting this
Pac-Man.
world will prove
That's charming.
hostile.
That's cute.
When facing imposing enemies, you and Puck can temporarily fuse
Whoa.
into the Gaia form to unleash
What?
powerful attacks.
This reminds me of like a GameCube era spin-off. That would they're trying to reinvent Pac-Man, but they don't know quite how. But this actually looks like a
Work to uncover
good one,
Puck's true
not
goal
like a Bomberman Zero one, hopefully.
and develop
Oh my
enemies
god.
to survive
Let's
this
just
cruel
take
world.
Bomberman. Like, do you
Experience
remember the
a
one
dark twist of the
Bomberman they made for
iconic
Xbox
Pac-Man
360
when
where it was like Bomberman, but they made like
Shadow
super
Labyrinth
like
Yeah,
edgy
Bomberman
and
Zero,
stuff?
the one
That was Zero?
Yeah.
Okay.
the rhythmic march begins.
Oh wait. What?
Remasters
Hey,
of Patapon
Patapon.
and Patapon 2 are drumming onto Nintendo Switch as one
This is
bundle.
a Sony IP though. What the heck?
Yeah, that's
And
what
give
came to
different
mind.
commands to the Patapon army. For example, Pata 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 Pawn advances them forward,
Dude,
while Pawn Pawn Pata Pawn has them attack.
this is such a charming game for the PSP. And that on
And
the
if
Switch,
you string
like on
together combos with
modern
good
console to
timing,
go, it's
the
perfect.
Patapons enter fever mode and get a big boost in power. From the horse-riding Kiba Pawn to the shield-savvy Tate Pawn, build up your battalion to take on hordes of fierce foes.
Shay, my nephew, has been really, getting
Plus,
into
new
like
features have been
rhythm
added,
style
so you
games because
can
he likes to
advance
like
the
play
beat of
music,
your own
on
drum.
his own time or like to blast music. I think this game would really appeal to him.
Lead the Patapons and
I feel like it'd be way
march
too
forth
complicated.
when Patapon 1+2 replay
I mean,
launches
yeah,
on
like
Nintendo
the button
Switch,
problems, but
July
just like the
11th.
music aspect, he would
Donkey
find it
Konga,
charming.
that's a good
He-
starter one.
He would probably dance
Welcome
to
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 Zephyr
Padmon, knowing
A
him.
cozy place nestled in a windswept valley.
Is this
where your new life begins.
Harvest Moon?
Oh.
Story of Seasons.
First cropping up on the Nintendo DS system, this immersive farming and life sim has no shortage of activities to get up to.
Look at this big buff man.
Must be the new farmer. Tend to your farm while growing crops and caring for animals.
Oh my god, a
Then
cow.
sell your produce and other wares at the
That was definitely a
town's
harvest
weekly
moon.
bazaar.
I think it's a somewhat of a spin-off.
Like from the
Bazaar sales
studio?
grow,
Yeah.
You'll
Spin-off.
help the once famous market regain its former splendor.
Inspiring, honestly.
You can also get to know the locals
I'd like to spend more time with you.
and maybe
Uh-oh.
nurture a relationship
Great
if you
tea for tea.
find that
Chris.
special someone. Plus, taking advantage of Zephyr-Town's
And
windy
that's what people
conditions
do when they're
can make travel
on a
and other
farm.
tasks a breeze.
They watch the
Chris.
chickens do it. They watch the cows do it, and then they do it.
The winds of
Aren't you
change are
live on
coming,
Twitch, bro?
and your new life on
Yeah.
the farm begins
It's just
today.
what you do.
Story
You
of
have to
Season
keep the
2
bloodline going.
Launches on the Nintendo Switch system August
Here's
27th.
a charming, family-friendly game, and then you go this direction is what
Please
gets
look
me.
forward to
They
the
just, I mean, they just had the lady. She was like, "I want to spend more time with you."
Most people go,
They're not gonna
"Oh,
go
that's
and watch
sweet."
reruns of
Please take a look
freaking
at this.
No, no, no.
NCIS. They're gonna
People will
gonna
go-
get busy.
People will go, "Oh, that's sweet," and you will, "Oh no!" I'm like,
Okay. Hold. We got something. This is Metroid
Okay.
Prime. This is a.
I'm showing up. Oh, that theme is so good.
This is the unknown planet Vuros. Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center. In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward. She's not alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike. As she explores the planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers. Psychic abilities. These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms and to open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams with the power of her mind.
That's cool.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
This looks so good. My God,
Yeah, like this is.
this is the nicest Switch
Be
game
her fate
I've
after
seen
being
so far.
summoned to Vuros. The threads intertwining beyond
Holy
space
crap.
and time are beginning to weave
They are
a new
pushing
tale.
the console.
Ah, wait. Oh no! Release date. The new suit. Ooh, that one looks. Dude, that looks sick.
Or is it? Hang on.
Okay, then we're gonna get a
Looks like
release date on
even more
Tuesday.
challenges await Samus.
They're going to showcase it for the
We
Switch
hope you're
2.
looking forward to exploring with Samus's
Like, hey,
new
here's a
psychic
have
ability.
Wait.
Okay, let's move
They
on
didn't.
to some more
They
history.
didn't say coming 2025 for Switch during that presentation.
They say coming 2025. That's it.
That's it. So
Once a
Wow,
We
week,
might see
that
more on-
that
on-
looks
on-
incredible.
that transforms
They
We might see
nailing
more.
the tone of
Potion Cafe. As the newest
Metroid
potionista
Prime
of the
games.
Cursed Cafe,
We might
you'll
see
craft concoctions
more
for
on
Disney
Switch 2
villains
next week.
and get to
And
know
they're
them in
like,
a new light.
that game in itself is
Mix
going to be
ingredients to
a
brew all
demonstration
sorts
of here's how it
brilliant
performs on Switch.
elixirs.
Pretty good.
Then
Here's
serve
Switch
them to
2.
your
Holy
villainous
crap.
visitors,
Absolutely.
including Ursula and Gaston. With help from Yzma, you can upgrade your ingredients to produce some wildly wicked creations. The potions you make can
Man.
influence each customer's storylines, leading
I'm
to
sorry, I'm still
different
thinking about
outcomes
Prime 4. I
every
don't really
time
care
you
what
play.
I'm saying now.
Who
This looks
knows
pretty
what
low budge.
mischief might happen.
Just
Disney villains
freaking
Cursed
Retro
Cafe
Studios, man. Like,
launches on Nintendo
pushing
Switch
the system.
later
Like,
today.
Prime,
Yeah, for real.
The fact that Prime, remaster
Summon a
runs and looks
spellbinding
so great
adventure.
on Switch. I mean, dude.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where students strive to master the magical arts.
I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm
During
still thinking
class,
about Prime 4.
They should have just saved that for the end, dude.
Kind of, yeah.
They kind of like, because I feel like anybody watching a Nintendo Direct, especially live, cares the most about those big Nintendo things. And while these games appeal to a wider audience, like
Yeah,
we've seen
it's
4 of these
Prime
games
2.
already, similar to these games. It's like Metroid Prime 4 is just easy.
Well, now it makes me wonder. Now it makes me wonder what's going to be the singer at the very end of this
Silk
direct,
Song.
though.
Mark my words. Or
Explore this
I have my-
whimsical world on the road
I had to go get my
graduation
clown outfit.
and beyond. Are you ready for a spellbinding journey?
Hey, what's up,
Enrollment
Razrul and
begins
Connor?
when Witchbrook flies onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Yes, I also think that Metroid Prime 4
Action,
looks hot.
adventure, and
Very
arcade
hot.
games await. Set off on a fantastical mission to
Oh, this game actually looks
eliminate
really good.
mysterious deity.
I've been following it for
In this
for a while.
platforming adventure, you'll
All the
explore
animation behind.
expansive
Oh, dude.
archipelago,
It's like a
meet
DuckTales
and
and
wonder
like a kind of an
live.
absurdist
Upgrade your
platformer.
trusty cane
Looks
with
really
magical
cool.
parts.
Oh, dude, the
Then
animation
use
behind
its
this
abilities
is
to
so
find your own
good.
path through the enchanting world. Can you uncover the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out when the Eternal Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo
This is a
Switch.
beautiful
this
looking
holiday.
game.
Holiday, man. I said it was holiday like
Celebrate
2
the
holidays.
40th anniversary of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot-'em-up games from across the series. Titles include Gradius, Salamander, Life Force, Gradius 2, Gradius 3, and Salamander 2. Some titles come with multiple
That was like a
including
curveball.
ones from different regions
Oh, it's
and
Gradius? Oh,
launch
no,
years.
Salamander.
Plus, take the helm in a brand new entry, Salamander 3.
I bet that sounds much cooler in
Gradius
Japanese.
Origins
Man,
launches
OG
on the
Konami
Nintendo
arcade
Switch
games,
system
man.
August
That stuff was
7th.
peak.
Pre-orders begin later
How do you say
today
salamander
on
in
Nintendo
Japanese?
eShop. Battle to the beat in Rift of the Necro Dancer. Press the corresponding
hey.
buttons to
Sunshio,
fight
son.
monsters
That's
in
tight.
rhythm-based combat.
I heard good things
Keep
about
the
this.
cadence going with epic boss battles, quirky minigames, remix stages, and global leaderboards.
Did you ever play
More musical
what
mayhem
is it,
awaits in
Crypt
the
of the
Celeste
Necrodancer?
Music Pack
Uh,
ADLC.
The first game?
Be on
Yeah.
the
The original?
lookout for more
Oh, yeah.
DLC
Love it.
in the
Yo!
future.
Pepino.
Rift of the Necro Dancer launches on Nintendo
Yeah, I love
Switch later
Crypt
today.
of the Necro
I
Dancer.
I sucked at that game so
Let's
hard.
see what's in
I
store.
still need to play the Zelda spin-off they did. I heard that was very good.
This
Welcome to
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi Plaza, a brand new entry in the Tamagotchi Connection series.
Tamagotchi?
There are
I guess it is.
stores galore.
Can your Tamagotchi die like the actual Tamagotchi? And then you go.
I was
over.
devastated when I got
Or with a
my
friend
Tamagotchi.
at the dentist.
I got it from
And
Walmart
arrange
and it
plates
died later
at
that
the
day, and I
afternoon
cried so
tea shop.
hard.
My sister was really
12
bad
wonderful
growing up
stores
with a
need your
Tamagotchi,
help.
where she would get one, and then it would die the
Provide
next
good
day because she
customer
just
service
didn't
to
bother
get high
with it,
ratings and
and
upgrade
then
each
she
shop.
would cry, and then my mom would get her another one the following
In doing
day,
so,
same
you'll get to
thing,
meet
and
more
then
Tamagotchi,
it
making the
died.
town livelier than before.
It's like
With
I
over
was
100
feeding you
million
and cleaning you
classic Tamagotchi,
like every second.
business is sure to be
Yeah.
I mean, I will also
Get
argue
ready
that
to
Sarah
set up
maybe
shop
shouldn't have
when
pets.
Tamagotchi
I love her,
Plaza launches
but
on
you know,
Nintendo Switch.
you shouldn't have
June
pets. I know she had
Oh,
a pet
shots
fish,
fired.
and she did not take care of that thing at all.
Oh, here we go.
People are very excited for this entry in Pokemon. Like a lot of feedback they've gotten from the past entries looks like they're being addressed in this. Even visually, they look really good, like compared to the other ones.
I mean, yeah, that's not
When you
saying
compare-
that's a
when you-
very
when
low
you-
bar.
I know, but when you compare screenshots from this to Sword and Shield and so forth, how
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
those games
yeah,
are,
yeah.
this has a lot more going on by comparison. I'm trying to be nice because I know we dunk on Pokemon a lot.
Well, but then when you get Xenoblade Chronicles X that just came out on Switch, and that game looks absolutely impossible on Switch, I'm like,
I know.
just let Monolith help out with a Pokemon open world game, like they did with friggin' Zelda. Please. But I'm into this mechanically. It just you just kind of have to plug your nose and take a and just take the visuals as is. As long as the Pokemon are animated like with a lot of variety and stuff. I think that's kind of the core that makes these games enjoyable.
If you sense trouble, get to safety.
I like that though that the combat is real time.
Pokemon that live
You're
outside
running around in
wild
real
zones,
time.
too.
I think that's
If people loved
Some of
that
them can
real-time
even be
aspect
found
they had in
on
Arceus,
rooftops.
I've not played it myself, but I know that was the one I was very intrigued by, and I thought, I hope this does well. That way they can do more real-time combat in the future, which,
When
hey,
night falls,
since that's what they're kind of doing.
the city's aura transforms.
Oh.
Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament. The ZA Royale.
Fortnite.
Trainers await in
Oh my
battle
god,
zones.
Chris. Like, is this like actual like multiplayer or
If you're spotted,
Oh,
they'll
looks like
challenge you
looks
to
like
battle.
NPCs are.
okay?
Strike first before being seen, and you'll land a surprise attack.
Oh,
During battles, using a super effective move at the right moment is key.
yeah. Actually, having to time your moves for the first time in a
And
Pokemon
with
game.
Mega Evolution,
is awesome.
Some Pokemon can power
I don't know how
up
deep that'll
even
go.
more.
But
You'll start at rank Z
I mean,
and work
if
your
you look
way
at the
up
combat
to
system,
rank
they're
A.
basically taking what Xenoblade Chronicles it's a very light version of
Trainers who
Xenoblade
reach
Chronicles
the top
combat.
are set
I mean,
to
you can also
have a
make
wish
the
granted.
argument they're taking notes from like old school Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy 6, that introduced the idea of it's real, it's turn-based, but you have a bar of when you can attack, and you need to time when
Seems
is
there
the
are
best
even
time to
more
attack.
secrets waiting to be uncovered. What will you find on your adventure?
Get a release date?
Pokemon Legends
Bro,
GA, launching
they're
They're
holding
not
off.
giving
Switch
dates.
We're not
later
getting
this
dates.
year.
Illumio
They're
City,
saving this
where
for
the game is
sure.
set, the aura transforms between day and night. It seems there are even more
Switch
secrets
2,
to
man.
uncover. Please be on the lookout for more information in the
Yeah, it's
future.
honestly Switch right now is getting the sloppy
Please
seconds,
take a look at this.
and
Um,
Switch 2 is.
Hello
Oh,
there.
holy moly!
The game you're about to see, boop, doesn't have a big, epic story, boop. But what it does have is lots of funny little things.
Yes.
bro.
You wanna see?
Yes, I do.
Just press the button to jump through the
Dude.
ring.
When was the last time we've had a game from this series?
Rhythm Heaven Fever, I want to say.
That was for the Wii, wasn't
It
it?
sounds easy,
Oh man.
but the timing is super tricky. Boop. Maybe you could try it in time to a rhythm.
I have to look this up.
In this game, you might
Rhythm
do
Heaven
almost
Mega
anything.
Mix in
You need
2015. I
to
think that was a
3DS.
3DS one. Yeah. It was just
I
sort of like a
forgot about that one.
compilation. This is a brand new one.
You might even
It's
be
been
able to
10
do it with your
years.
eyes closed.
Dude.
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series.
Oh, brand new, bro.
Rhythm Heaven Groove.
Dude,
2026?
that's gonna be
Switch 2 is going to be in cobwebs by that point.
Rhythm
Yeah.
Heaven Groove, a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series.
Wow.
It includes lots of music produced by renowned Japanese musician Tsunku. What kinds of rhythms do you think you'll hear? We hope you're looking forward to it.
I love
Next,
those games.
We have news about
Super
the use
charming.
of digital games on your system. Please take a look.
Digital games.
the service they have with Switch
With
Online.
game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system and a Legend of Zelda game in this one, freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want.
Mm-hmm.
But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games. When purchasing the digital version of a game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Your digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen.
Wait.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
This is their solution for Switch 2. If you have both consoles.
If you have two Nintendo Switch systems,
Uh-huh.
you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second. Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever you want, just as if you had inserted a physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play.
So they're
onto
basically
two
trying
systems.
to lock down like a DRM
Local
system
communication with your second
or
system
for
is
Switch 2, it
required,
seems.
but only the first
Mhm.
time.
I was also thinking
You
the
can also
family
lend out virtual game
groups
cards to your
that
Nintendo
came to mind
account
too.
family group members. Connect to your family group member system.
I
via
see.
local
So,
wireless
oh,
when you
okay.
want to lend a
This is
game.
this is
Choose the title you're lending and who you're lending it to.
the initial premise is just log in with the other account, but the fact that you could do this with family,
You're
this makes
done.
more sense to me.
They
This
can
is
now
really
play on their
nice.
So
own
basically,
system.
Dad only has to buy one
You
copy
can only lend
of
one game at a
Metroid Prime
time
4 to
a
play with his
particular
4-year-old
person.
son,
Like-
who's
like
not
a
playing
physical-
Metroid Prime 4,
2
but
weeks.
whatever.
Like a
After
physical
which they
game
will
that
automatically return to you.
would pass around. Makes
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
sense.
Making digital
This makes more
games
sense in a
even
family setting.
easier to
If you have two
use.
Nintendo Switches,
Virtual
it's
game
like,
card.
I don't really know if that's that big of a deal, but I get what they're trying to
The virtual game
It's
card
make
it's
the
the flexibility.
semantics of it all
games
easy
between
to
Nintendo Switch
understand
systems,
when the
Mhm.
as
transition
well as
for
to
the
Nintendo
Switch 2,
Switch 2
for sure.
systems.
Yeah.
This feature is planned to be added via a system update in late April.
Mm.
Let's take a look at more Nintendo Switch games.
And we have a direct in April.
We sure do. This game was cool. Oh, High on Life. I still want to play that. I heard it's a
Like,
good,
nothing-
good irreverent time.
Like I heard the gameplay's fun, but just the amount of talking that
Yeah.
was that kind
It's like if Borderlands was on Borderlands was on crack.
Like there are moments in games where you just say, "Can you please just let me play and shut up, please?"
All right, we're at 28 minutes past the hour, so we're getting. I feel like we're getting our one more thing here pretty soon.
The hype was definitely Prime 4, so I'm waiting for that.
Unquestionably, yeah.
What is going to be the stinger at the end that's going to make people have a huge conversation? That's what I want to know more than anything.
looks framey, bro.
Oh,
Yikes.
10 frames a second.
That is switchy with a capital S. Yikes.
Uncover history once more. An HD remaster of Saga Frontier
Oh.
2 is venturing on to Nintendo
I've
Switch.
never played a Saga game.
Meet Gustav, the Royal Heir, and Will the Explorer. Two
Like, I always see those games on
I
sale,
think
but
this is
never
this is
bothered.
Masashi Hamauzu,
Intertwine across
the Final Fantasy
generations
13
in this
composer, among
epic
others.
RPG.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can definitely hear that.
Experience the original story.
I would love
along
to
with
get a.
brand new events that
I would love to
expand the
try out
vibrant
these
world of
games
Sondale.
for sure. Dude, it gives me
Plus, team up with
almost
more
like
characters in battle
Golden Sun vibes a little bit with the
and transfer stats
the
to allies
sprites.
through the parameter inheritance system.
how they're animated.
I'm getting Golden Sun
After
/
finishing the main story,
Suikoden
you can test your
the
mettle and
vibes for
might
sure.
against even more powerful bosses.
and a little bit of
What histories
Disgaea
will
with
you
the
uncover through the
proportions.
ages? Saga Frontier 2 Remastered launches on Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
okay.
later today.
Oh,
Monumental adventures.
Oh, these are
await.
good games.
Embark on peaceful journeys across this series of beautiful puzzle games. Wander through isometric worlds filled with stunning landscapes to manipulate, optical illusions to discover, and mystifying secrets to unfold. Add-ons and DLC. The first two Monument Valley games launch on Nintendo Switch April 15th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. And help Noor on her journey to restore the world's light in Monument Valley 3, setting sail on Nintendo Switch this summer.
Those are good games.
A brand new entry in the Everybody's Golf series is driving onto Nintendo Switch.
I've never heard the series.
It's Hot Shots Golf, basically.
Time your
Okay.
button press
The
just right
studio's
and
kind of.
take your shot.
I think they've gone through some restructuring over the years.
Perform backspins, side spins,
Really good
and
golf
other
games though.
special
Super
shots.
fun and like arcadey.
in the single-player challenge mode. Compete in tournaments and face off against a range of rivals to become the ultimate golfer. In Wacky Golf, your shots could get pulled into holes, or obstacles might fall. It's golf
A mile
that's
left?
not
What?
par for the course. Up to
Yeah, they're
4
like
golfers can
very
hit the fairway together locally
playful
or in
golf
online
games.
play.
It makes learning the game of golf really fun.
So just relax and get ready to tee off.
All right, song happy or not?
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots lands on Nintendo Switch this year.
Yo, what's up, man?
Is the song happening? What do you think? Oh, 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 oh.
Unite some of Marvel's greatest superheroes in the fight against evil. Pair up 2 heroes from the roster of 15, including the likes of the spectacular Spider-Man and the ferocious Wolverine, to take on the challenge. From close quarters combatants to aerial aces,
This is a
you
new
can mix and
new
match
game?
a variety of heroes for an amazing array
I
of
think so, yeah.
possibilities. And swap between your team of 2 at any time.
Yeah, this looks
Take
brand new,
advantage of
but
your
it's
team's
paying
strengths to
a
overwhelm your foes.
homage to the old
Plus, up to 4
Konami
players can
arcade game.
assemble
Well, it looks
for
like.
Yeah.
online co-op play.
This looks fun. Who's making this?
The battle for the fate of the Marvel Universe begins when Marvel Cosmic Invasion
Oh, Dotemu.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system.
Oh heck
this
yeah, I'll
holiday.
play that. That would be super fun.
That was Marvel Cosmic Invasion, where you'll battle as a tag team of different superheroes. Next is our last game announcement. Please take a look.
Okay. This is not Silk Song.
Animal Crossing.
Oh, Tomodachi Life though. Oh my gosh, people are freaking out right now. I bet.
Really?
How refreshing.
A weird note to end on, but I do know people, really enjoy this for the 3DS. I'm pretty sure this is also like the. This is also.
Oh my
This
gosh,
is also like the
his voice
last
is so
like
freaky.
game they had for the
2026,
3DS.
dude. Yeah, they're. Oh my
What
gosh.
in the...
Did you want to talk?
Aw. Glad that was only a dream.
That was Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, the first new entry in the series in over 10 years. In the
Wow.
trailer, we saw Mii characters living on an island out at sea. What kinds of interactions do you think they'll have? We hope you're looking forward to it. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct so far. Our final announcement is something a little different that's not a game.
What?
Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
Hello, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct. Since 2011, Nintendo Direct has delivered Nintendo news directly
Aww.
to you. And now, these presentations have grown
He
into
did the
an event
Iwata.
that many people watch. Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today, which functions like a daily calendar. In the app, you can view different Nintendo events. We will also be delivering all sorts of content about Nintendo games and characters every day. After the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, news about Nintendo Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well.
Huh.
Nintendo Today will be available to download on smart devices later today.
Oh,
Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so
they're
please
trying to
try
get
it
away
out.
from, I guess, those random stealth announcements
all
they
I
put
have
out
to
on
share.
Twitter, I guess.
I hope you enjoy
Mhm.
using Nintendo
Weird.
Today.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Kind of a mixed bag of things. I feel like a lot of what was showcased was to basically demonstrate this is more or less a pre-show to what's going to happen next week, honestly.
Yeah,
For-
it feels
for a lot
like
of things.
the big Nintendo stuff. Let me just zip back to Metroid Prime here. Where was that? Yeah, it feels like this is the thing. And I think this is a game that looks possible on Nintendo Switch today, but I also think that the way that they were showing, especially the virtual cart aspect, like
Mhm.
this will be a cross-generational game.
Is the unknown planet.
We might not get a specific new version of it for Switch 2, but there will be just sort of like that AI upscale edition of, or whatever the Switch 2 backwards compatibility
Right.
improvements are going to be. Because I mean, with all the Paper Mario stuff, or the Paper Mario 1000-Year Door, they had that 60 FPS mode that was baked in there. Same thing with Xenoblade. I feel like, I mean, this already looks like it runs pretty much exactly like the Prime games did on Switch. Like I would play this today. Like I wouldn't be offended. It doesn't look like it's switchy.
I mean, people will pay for the extra, performance, of course, especially if at a reasonable charge too. That's always been the case.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely think this is the big highlight, without question.
Yeah, a bit weird where it's like it was so early where it's like I'm still thinking about Prime 4. I'm not thinking about the other stuff that's being shown. I'm sure they're good, but I'm thinking about this game that is lingering in my mind still, and what we're going to see more in the future.
she explores the planet,
Oh, that's not gonna work.
Samus is
Okay,
granted
we're just gonna get rid of the
mysterious
text.
and ancient powers. Psychic abilities. These powers allow Samus to
This presentation is a little weird though. It's like
and to open doors.
it's very, it feels very old school Nintendo in like, it's not like we haven't done this in other Metroid Prime games before. There's some cool new abilities for sure, but like it's a very I feel it feels like they're holding a lot back still of the mystery of what this game is, which
I mean,
I'm all for. I don't need to know.
I mean, I mean,
guy
that's
looks
always
cool.
been the fun aspect of a of a Metroid game is like what's behind the next door or the mystery aspect. You never want to reveal the whole hand for a mystery because then people will be upset and go, well, I just experienced the whole game from this trailer. Why even bother playing? Like how people could take for a movie that shows too much. So
yeah, absolutely.
But the fact that they're kind of going more, I'm intrigued by. Metroid has always had some mysticism, behind them. This one, I feel like it's going full mysticism of psychic abilities. And the chosen one, which Samus is a bounty hunter. They never really gone that route of importance for a character, which makes me wonder what's going to happen, especially when you are saying this is a Prime 4 game. So, because the Prime games have been kind of. Their stories have been concluded. It's always been about Metroid Prime, which was then born from corruption with Dark Samus, and then how that was resolved in Prime 3. So how you're going to continue that narrative in Prime 4? What's going to be that link that sort of puts them all together, and you go, oh, that makes sense. Why this is a continuation of that plot? Because keep in mind, Prime 4 is not like at the end of the timeline. The Prime games are like still really early on, like way before Super Metroid even occurs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, be curious. Oh, okay. So they do have the Nintendo Switch logo. I just wanted to confirm that this is still, unless they're using that Nintendo Switch logo in the top left as a cheeky Nintendo Switch family of systems, which at this point I think we can probably assume based off of other direction. But yeah, I think Pokemon looks good. I still am disappointed visually in it, but it looks like there's mechanically. I think the other big highlight is the Rhythm Heaven game. Like, I'm not a Tomodachi Life person, big time. So to get
they're charming games.
Yeah,
they had that as like your final game at the end. Maybe not. I would say that'd be a fun game to showcase, like in the middle of things, maybe even closer to the beginning, but not like at the very end though. Like Tomodachi Life, I know has its fun little niche things. I know people really enjoy, but I would not say that was like a swan song for the 3DS when the 3DS concluded on games. That was more of a here's a fun little thing.
Yeah,
that I can
like a quirky, quirky sort of like. I mean, I think the thing that really works for Tomodachi Life is like the social media capability of that game is because it's like you get all these weird interactions and stuff that people find, and it just sort of like free advertising based off of its viral ability. Decent Nintendo Direct. I think we knew exactly going into this what we expected. I am kind of surprised that pretty much all of the big first party stuff, as far as I can tell, is still undated. And maybe it's because we're just waiting for the Switch 2 for that. Because they don't want to they don't want people to hold off on buying a Switch, I guess. So maybe they're like, hey, there's still plenty of first party stuff coming, so buy a Switch still because based off of this stuff. So yeah, it's
there was fence riding where it's like we have new stuff, but we're not going to give you the dates quite yet because we have another console to show you next week. So
yeah,
a bit of fence riding there, but then again, you need to be smart because then you're going to be cannibalizing sales of what could go to the new console. Because people don't want to go, well, I just bought a Switch 1 already, and maybe I should wait longer for the Switch 2. I guess I won't get a Switch 2 until it's cheaper and stuff instead of getting it at launch because people they guarantee they're going to want to avoid that.
Yeah, they're in a very interesting spot. it's interesting to see Nintendo trying to figure out this in real time. But that about does it for our Nintendo Direct chat. I see Lovern's in the chat. Any thoughts on Metroid Prime 4?
Can I let me just put this out there.
Okay.
I am scared a little bit.
Oh. Okay.
Because it totally depends on what console this game was made for. What I'm scared of is if it being on Switch has held it back at all.
Like design and scope wise you're talking about?
Yeah. If this was I am hoping that this game was made for Switch too, and they're just also putting it on Switch, and then it has a bunch of like performance issues on Switch because it's not a Switch game. That's what I hope for. Because I'm going to have a Switch too. I'm going to be playing this game on Switch too. I hope it's miraculous and all the bells and whistles. What I'm afraid of is that it's a Switch game that's going to go on Switch too, and we're going to be underwhelmed.
That's a fair,
to counter that, even if we look at something like Breath of the Wild, which was a Wii U game built for Wii U and tossed on the Switch, and
really, that was the case for that.
Yeah, it was a.
And I feel like Nintendo, they're masters of their own fate when it comes to their design, and I feel like, and equal parts to counter that is Tears of the Kingdom. Like some people, they're game designers that are using quadruple the amount of horsepower in systems PS5, and they still don't understand how some of the physics interactions work and how like stable Tears of the Kingdom is on hardware that is super old. So I get what you mean though, because it's like, could there be, because of the fidelity of a Metroid Prime, it's more of an intimate game versus like with you want to be immersed and kind of like felt left in an alien world. Could some of that fidelity that they had to sacrifice certain elements to make it a prettier game also sacrifice like the scope and scale of it?
I just think this is Metroid's chance to become mainstream, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they broke a lot of sales with Dread. I mean, Dread, I know, was incredibly popular when that came out. And I also know there's the fear for a long time. Will Prime 4 deliver on Switch? Will the Switch be able to handle where the scope we want for Prime 4? And then now we got Metroid Prime 1 on remaster, and people were like, this looks and plays like butter with how smooth it is, and that gave people a lot of faith back to what they're doing for the console and the game itself, and the fact you got Retro to come back and work on it, rather than getting another studio to work on as well. Like Prime 4 has went with much of the original Prime 1 went through the ringer with development of who's going to be remaining the ship, who's going to be in charge of the project, and you got the right people that understand in the series that have worked on it prior to come back to work on it again. And kind of like how SMT5 took forever to come out for Switch, I can guarantee a lot of time that they went on to making the game was probably for
optimization. I mean, yeah, that game's still switchy as heck. This game looks like it actually performs well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really curious to see how Nintendo communicates cross-generational stuff, and if on Tuesday we see Nintendo's approach to, if they even comment on it, or if it'll just be a press release of here's how cross-generational stuff will play. With previous Switch games, and it's like you'll get just up-res graphics and stuff, but I feel like Nintendo's never talk about that out loud. It's always like something that Digital Foundry or some other company team finds after something comes out.
Which they will.
Yeah, they will for sure. But like, it just feels like Tuesday. It almost feels like they would need like the Nintendo Switch presentation back in 2017, that was like full live in person. It was like an hour and a half long or something. And like Tuesday's Direct is only 40 minutes. So I feel like they can't waste time on talking about how you play your old stuff. They want to talk all about the new stuff. So it's gonna be really interesting how they communicate a lot of this. Maybe that Nintendo Today app, they will talk more about it. I don't know, but
there's a negative chance of download that. I'm just saying.
Like, yeah, like my first thoughts was I get you're trying to do modern and trendy and and stuff. You should download our app today.
I'm downloading.
But I feel like the people that are going to download that will probably be very marginal.
All the information that goes into that app is going to be regurgitated on Twitter right away. So it's like, you're not going to really.
To be fair, like how many people are following Wario for
That's true.
For news and like all of us in here follow Wario because he's great at getting information pretty quickly for a multitude of things from sales to for like consoles, for what's going on in the industry, for leaks, and the fact that people will actually leak things to Wario as well, actual game devs and stuff, which people have been vocal about. The fact that his presence is that big in like the news outlet is kind of insane, honestly, when you really consider it.
Well, we will know a lot more on Tuesday.
I think that's why they held back all those dates. Is because
I think so too.
Go ahead.
They don't
want to give any hints away for when this comes out. And if they for example, if they give a date on that Metroid game, everybody's like, "Oh, that's exactly when Switch 2 is going to come out too."
Yeah, it certainly feels that way.
People don't want to assume that it's.
I'm honestly surprised Metroid was here at all.
The restraint for not showing dates was a smart thing to not make people assume and blow up when there's another event next week to showcase more of that console too. This is a good
and a more high profile event at that.
Yeah. Showing restraint is not a bad thing, and this was a good example of that, so people don't jump the gun. So
and if you're going to have Metroid at this direct, you don't put it in the middle of the presentation.
What an odd choice.
We mentioned this earlier, like when Hacking Lovern, where it's like, oh, look at all these other games that are being showcased. They're cool, but I'm still thinking about Prime 4.
Yeah,
I'm on high from that.
Yeah, I was watching the stream, but
yeah, it's an odd choice for sure. Will we see more odd choices on Tuesday? Will we see?
Probably.
Will we see Silk Song on Tuesday?
No.
Shut up. Believe it. Be excellent to everyone. No. Take care. Bye.
Bye.